Welcome to Mario Land 2. I'm using my NES controller. It's not an NES game, so I don't need to do this. It just feels, because it's, you know, same amount of buttons. It feels right. It's close enough. Oh, with this, I will say, I could use this shit screen that nobody likes. I really want to. And I'm staring in a different direction. But you know what? I won't do that. I'll do this one. The one thing I know about this game is the music, which is classic. Or catchy, but that's, you could say that with any Mario game. Good music. There it is. This is that one game, yeah, that no one knows about this game. Nobody knows about Mario. Let's go. So I played Mario Land 1, obviously, and I played on stream. I mean, that is a short game. That is a one-stream game that's kind of more meant to be replayed again and again and again. I think most people know that. It's very good, but it's solid. This one is, well, I guess for most people, they feel like graphically it's significantly improved, and they think in general it's a better game. I never got that vibe. I'd always felt like, okay, the sprites are bigger in this game, but I feel like it's going to be slower. I feel like it's going to be chunkier. I feel like it's not going to play as well. But I don't know, and I've never played it, so I want to play it. And presumably this could probably be like a 1 to 2 stream game. This also won't be very long. I gotta remove an ear, I can't hear myself. Wow. Normally Mario has happy mountains. Why are they so angry in this game? They're catering to the American audience. You know, this plays a lot better than I was expecting. I don't know why I'm surprised that this will be good. It's a fucking Mario game, but like, I like it. Immediately I'm like, you know what, that's already better than I was expecting. It's a little weird, but it is I think it probably is a little slower than Mario Land. A little bit. Well, this will be a big year for a lot of people, for a lot of gamers. But there's nothing wrong with looking back. This year will be the 40th anniversary of Mario, if I'm not mistaken. Not that anniversaries matter, they're stupid and pointless, and companies only use them when they have games to share. Realistically. Within reason, they're not going to make a huge deal about it unless they have something to share. But in this case, in this year, I'm inclined to think that they will have something to share. So fair enough. Ooh. Weird hitbox. Oh, his eyes bugged out. I'm so sorry. You little guy. I've talked about it before, but the most excited game, the game I'm most excited for that's coming out this year is Deltarune. Officially coming out. I can actually pay. I can pay for it. I can give it my money. Very exciting. And okay, maybe. Not even as a joke. Actually, I was gonna say maybe as a joke, but not even as a joke. Five Nights at Freddy's: The Secret of the Mimic. It's coming out today. It's coming out right now. And if you're not fucking prepared for it, buckle your shit, alright? We're not playing this fucking game. What do you think we're doing here, man? No. Listen. Listen, we're playing the games like nobody knows yet. Only Scott Cawthon came to my house. He knocked on my door. And he was like, hey, I've seen your streams. You're kind of cool. I think you can keep a secret. He's stupid, by the way, because he thinks he can keep a secret. And he told me, all right, I know I didn't even make this game. You know, it's my IP, but I didn't make it. But I'm going to tell you right now, Secret of Mimic is coming January 1st. We're sending you a copy right now, today, here. That's what's going to happen. That's what we're doing. And yeah, it's true. But you know what? I'm not going to play it. Because fuck y'all. Why would I care? About showing you guys the first look at the first look. Sorry, wait a second. Oh, I can't use the oh, that's not the fuck. There's no ZLZR button. And I was gonna say that little when you start a level is the same sound effect in a different game. A game that I'd also love to play, that was never officially released in the United States. but there are translations for it. Maybe I'll play that this year if I feel the fucking need to play, as artists put it, weird, obscure indie shit. Oh, fuck, I didn't... Ah! Ooh! Interesting. Oh, Scott, it'd give you a copy. I mean, if you were Scott, you'd be an old man. He's not old. He's not that old, actually. He's like... You'd be married. You'd have kids. You'd have a TV. You'd have a movie. First of all, so I think you'd be like... You'd be a very different point in your life if you were Scott Cawthon, and that would be a little interesting. Also, your name would be Scott. I don't know if I'm sorry, Scott, but I don't know if I like the name Scott. I guess when it's in his name, it doesn't bother me, but I think if I just met a guy named Scott normally, I don't know if I'd, like, be a huge fan of it. Oh, fuck, why would I do that? What the fuck is wrong with me? God damn it, I ruined it. Why? What's wrong with me? That was dumb, that was foolish. I was full of vim and vigor. Full of scum and ready to, never mind. I fucked it up. Are you saying I wouldn't be watching a stream if I was Scott? I think Scott is a fun fan. Obviously not, but, you know. You think Scott really would want to watch a 24-year-old streamer? A blithering idiot, no less, but... Delightful. Alright, what do I want to spend my balls on? What? Not worth the balls. They're coins, but they're like balls. Everybody loves balls. It's true. Turtle? I will say, aside from Deltarune coming out, aside from the Secret of the Mimic coming out this year, I guess for some people, we'll see how I feel when it comes out. I know Subnautica 2 is going to come out this year, right? Which pertains to some people. As well, I don't need to pull it up, but the voice actor for the G-Man from Half-Life made a post on New Year's. And you might think, okay, well, that doesn't mean anything. That's not that unusual. He doesn't use Twitter. The last time he used it was during the release and announcing of Half-Life Alyx, which was years ago. So it's unusual that he would just jump on Twitter to give a Twitter voice message with a visual in the background, and tag it, obviously in the voice of the G-Man, and tag it hashtag 2025, hashtag G-Man, hashtag Half-Life. A little strange. I'm not here to continue to philander Half-Life 3 rumors. Like, that's a little mysterious. Listen, as people say, with the smoke, there's fire. Typically speaking. So you follow the smoke and there'll either be a fire, or the fire will be put out. It doesn't mean there never was a fire. It just means that there was a fire at some point. And in this case, we know for a fact that things have been made and then abandoned. So I think there's very likely something's been worked on. And moving... Again, we've had multiple rumors about like this. We've had rumors that they've recently moved into playtests for family and friends. I'm not here to philander and do strange rumors. But I think the likelihood of this being, like, leading to something, I think is likely. Or the likelihood that Half-Life 3 comes out in 2025, I don't think is nearly as unlikely as people seem to think it is. I want to say it right now, today, January 1st, 2025, Half-Life 3 is going to be announced and will come out this year. I'm going to set it in stone right here, right now, today. Mark this stream. If anything happens later on in this year, I'm saying it right now. See, I could call anything, and it will be on stream, and no one will care. I could just start listing every game and calling it right now in case anything happens. And then people will be like, he's a visionary. How did he know? When in fact, I just listed every game in the alphabet until I got one that came out this year. Mother 3, it's coming out this year. On the Switch too. It won't be its own release, it'll be an NSO. But it'll come out. Hey, hell, listen, if they do a translation, Nintendo doesn't care. Nintendo's not gonna put a lot of effort into Half-Life in Mother 3 coming. They did with Mother 1. And they've done it so far. They have a separate application for 18+ applications for Nintendo Switch Online. If they're worried about some kind of censorship or weirdness about Mother 3, put it on that app. Put it there. Just put it there. Alright, they'll put it. It's coming out this year. That's what I wanted. I remember when Half-Life 3 comes out. I'm joking. I actually do think there's a decent likelihood that Half-Life 3 will come out this year, and I think Mother 3 will come out eventually. I actually truly believe that Mother 3 is going to come out at some point. I hold that firmly in my heart. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh. Ooh. I don't like. What are you supposed to do when you're enjoying the music? Because I can't dance. Literally, I mean, like, I can literally dance, but, like, in a nice way. I gotta start playing more DDR, evidently. Good music. I can bob my head awkwardly and be like, these are jamming tunes. That's the epitome of what I can manage. Who composed for this game? Was it... You know what? I'm willing to bet it's Kazumi Totaka. Yeah, I might be wrong. Yep, I was right. Kazumi Totaka. It sounds exactly like the music he makes. Hip Tanaka. Or no, that's a different guy. Totaka. Totaka's a great dude. He made Luigi Mansion music, he made Animal Crossing music. He did, like, everything. Secretly my favorite composer, aside from the bigger ones that everyone cares about. Big melody dude, which is why I like him. I've talked about this before. I'm not gonna get into a rant about movies, but I was thinking about the Never-Ending Story today for some reason. I think it came on my feed. I was thinking of music about it, and there's the noticeable thing about Bunny. What? That's right. That's right. Bunny Girl Mario's in this game. I forgot. It's one of those weird power-ups where he's like a bunny girl. Furry Mario. Listen, before we had Cat Mario, we had Bunny Girl Mario, and it was a very different time. But no, Never-Ending Story has a stellar soundtrack. It's really, like, impeccable and incredible, and I think you can hear it, and you think, like, man, I can hear how certain other musicians would have taken influence from this, like, for example, Nobuo Uematsu, a Final Fantasy composer. Does Bunny Mario mean Furry Mario? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it. But you look at, in the past he wore a bunny suit. That's just kind of the ears like a Playboy bunny. So you could say it's Playboy Mario. But we know that later on he's explicitly worn a cat suit. And not just like cat ears. A full suit. An absolute full suit. Just want to put that out there, that it's like, there's been a progression. It's not like it's just been a thing. Oh, come on. There we go. I gotta, like, not use the ears. And he's been in frog suits, he's been in cat suits, he's been in, bunny suits. He's been in a lot of suits. I don't think he's very open-minded, Mario, and he likes costumes. And maybe he does have a persona, alright? I guarantee you could look up Mario Brothers persona, and you could or like fursuit, and someone's made it. Fuck, why would I do that? What's wrong with me? There's someone out there with a red Mario plumber fursuit. Good for them, you know? There's a lot of craftsmanship that goes into making those suits. Which is why, if you can make them, you get paid the fucking, like, the cash. The fucking moolah, the sponduli. If you're adept, you can fucking make some cash, dude. I don't know why I need to start. So what a boring Starman music. There's, like, oh man. Praise of money they're willing to pay. I'm sure there are broke-ass furries out there. I know it's a stereotype that furries are just always rich. Probably not always true. Maybe it's not even that they're rich, it's more that they're generous. They're probably reasonably... I mean, it's like probably an expensive hobby, like any hobby. But But if that's your main hobby, you're gonna put all your money into it. But seemingly, the community has emphasized that you should give your fair due to the people who make stuff for you, and they always do that. They're not entitled to be like, well, come on, you owe me this drawing of my persona. All of them seem to be in software. Again, I don't know if those are... You might be absolutely right, and I know that is the thing that people tend to say. I never like saying that's the truth of it, because what if it's not? What if that's just the cream rises to the top kind of scenario? Because it's a big-ass community. There's no way that, like, you go to furry... Like, let's say you go to FurryCon. FurryCon these nuts. I don't know. That didn't make any sense. That's not an equivalent joke. Go to one, and they're all software engineers. I'm sure a lot of them are... I would imagine a lot of percentage are also artists. Not technically minded. In other industries. But they might not get the same amount of, like... Not notoriety, but kind of fame for it. You get people like, oh yeah, I work for, like... what's that famous, like... It's like... Military Industrial Complex Corporation. They make missiles, and it's like, yeah, I'm also a furry. It's like, that's weird. Whatever, I guess. Good for you. Ooh, that's what they wanted. And every time I see it's like, oh, that's interesting. Or they work for fucking NASA. It's like, well, good for you. Let's look at this background for a while, right, by the way. The seaweed, the little fishes, the whale. I get why people say this is better than Mario Land 1, and I can kind of see it. I like this music, but I still think that Mario Land 1 music is better. For now, anyways. Even though I love this music and I love the composer. I think the scant amount of tracks in Mario Land 1... Well, first of all, there was multiple. It wasn't just variations on a theme by fucking Sousa or whatever. You know, there was a different theme for a different area. For a more skint flint game. This one theme is great, and the using it as like a leitmotif is great, but this one obviously has multiple. Oh, this is fucking weird. I'm in Jabu Jabu's fucking belly. By the way, that's a reference to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for people who haven't played it. I have to make that obvious because, you know, for one of the most highly ranked and loved games of all time, not everyone's played that game. So I kind of have to, you know, elaborate for those people out there who somehow have found themselves not ever being interested in playing what is a very well-known game. And my favorite game. You know, it's crazy. Such, strange, bizarre folk out there. I do love how all these areas do have, like... The Goombas have, like, little helmets on them. That's cute. This is a cool... This is cool. I'd say this has more distinct levels, which I think was pretty cool. Never heard of this Zelda. I still love it. I could play Ocarina of Time at any time, and I really enjoy myself. Bonefish. The bonefish krill? Oh god, this bonefish don't die. Trying to think of what else I want to play this. I want to play a bunch of Castlevania, because there's this series I've been meaning to get into. When Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out, that's a good one to play. And that's a genuine suggestion. For anyone who actually... This is targeted. But for people who haven't played Final Fantasy VII, and like RPGs and want a very good and well-renowned RPG, play the original. And then, give a shot for the remake, which is fully 3D, fully voice-acted, a full, very, like, proper, long, you know, meaty RPG with a stellar story and music. I'd suggest playing the original first. Which is good in its own right. It's older, but, delightful. And you can, again, it's an RPG, but you can put a lot of hours into it. It's not a short RPG. And then, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth the part 2 of the remake series is gonna come out in a couple weeks, and that's apparently like, that is like, you know, where you could put 100+ hours or more into that game. Even more so than the remake, which was already fairly long. It's a big open world, things to do, side quests, place to explore. Which I feel would scratch the certain itch that some people in this chat might have for certain kinds of games like that. It's worth it. And there's a reason that Final Fantasy VII is one of those games that everybody knows and talks about. Ooh. I can recommend games I love, but in terms of games that I think people should check out that are of a kind of game that they might like, I think Final Fantasy VII is one of those. If I'm gonna throw out games, honestly, I might as well just recommend every famous game ever in existence. But yeah, I'm gonna play Castlevania at some point this year. Some point. I'm going to play Terraria. That's gonna happen. Maybe. Do I want to say February? Maybe next month? Maybe next month. February or March. I don't know which one would be better. Depends on what else happens. But sometime this year, sometime early this year, I feel. The Mario Zone? Why would you look forward to fucking Terraria? It's not a good game. Nobody likes it. It's old. Again, I play old, indie, boring shit nobody's ever heard of, like Terraria. Nobody cares about that game. That's stupid. I'll do like a one-off stream, and it'll be very boring. Nobody's gonna like it, and I'm gonna like quit halfway through and be like, this sucks. I wish I was playing Minecraft instead. Where's the... It's not even in 3D, dude. This is just worse Minecraft. No, I'm not gonna care about it. I know it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna hate it, obviously. I could. I probably won't. I think I won't. I think I'll like it, actually. In all sincerity, in all earnestness. Ernest Borgnine-ness. You know, the guy who said the reason he lived so long. Ernest Borgnine, the guy who was Mermaid Man. Famous Academy Award-winning actor, who also claimed in interviews, comedically, that the only reason he lived so long, why he was so, like, still good, is that he masturbated frequently in his giant mansion. To the point that another famous actor bought his mansion, and then every time he goes on a certain radio show, they make fun of him for being in Ernest Borgnine's masturbatorium, basically. It's true. It's true. Just think of Mermaid Man beating off. Just keep that in your mind. I would like to see... I don't actually know what movie he has been in. I might be able to recognize him, but I don't know if I would, like... Again, kids don't... It's like Nosferatu. Who isn't real, of course. Right? He's not real, chat. He's not real. Ernest Borgnine was real. But, you know... I want to see what movies he was actually in that, like, were famous and won him his awards and that he's known for. I don't think he will keep Mermaid beating off my mind. Well, Mermaid is different from a merman. I guess a mermaid could beat off, technically. Certain mermaids probably could. Not all of them. It really depends on what you're working with down there. But a mermaid or merman can beat off, depending on what they got. If they got their tackle box down there, or if they, you know... Then they're beaten off, otherwise they're... A former drum major of mine in high school, she put it very delicately as in flicking the bean. Which always... it's amusing, but not the, you know, the loveliest image in my mind. Thanks, Mignon. She was cool. She was a cool drum major. Everyone liked her. And then we got a drum major next year that everyone hated. Which is really sad. I felt for the guy. He's responsible for introducing me to my favorite book series of all time. But also, he was arrogant. He was very arrogant and not always, like, in tune with people. I get why people didn't like him. I didn't hate him. But again, people are very dramatic in high school. When if everyone was a little bit more chill, everything would just run more smoothly. Chill about things that don't matter. You shouldn't be chill about things that do matter. Be very unchill about the things that do matter. It's good life advice, I feel. But I love playing Mario games. Mario games are the games where I can just shitpost and talk about, like, coming into a dumpster or whatever, and like, have a normal conversation about, like, books and life. Any other game, you have to focus on the game, or focus on the story, or have to read things, and, like, I don't have to do this with fucking Mario, I can just play. Mermaid's gotta make Merbaby somehow. Do they? How do you know they don't, like, They ain't squatting them out. They just popping them out there. Also, I'm fucking eating shit right now. I'm gonna have this little ditty stuck in my head all night. Can you believe it, guys? Work. We had the day off, and then tomorrow's work again. Work, work, work. What a workaday world. I'm not one who ruminates on work after work, but I think I have, like, I've been very slow on a certain thing I've been working on recently. More so than, like, I normally would be. So I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, maybe I could just finish it tonight, and then have it easy tomorrow at work, and just be like... Because I should have had it done by now. But I'm not gonna start doing things where, like, I should do work off work time. Like, I'll take my punishment. If I didn't do the work I was supposed to do in work time, then I'll make it up at work. That's what you're supposed to do, and that's how you should do it. You shouldn't ruminate at work. And I feel most nights. It's a waste of time. You're a good worker, and you don't have to impress anybody. I'm very lucky at the job I have. You just have to do a good enough job to do your job. And you do. I have very many other ambitions. I don't mean this as an offense to my work, and I'm fine if I have to work late for certain things, explicitly. I don't live to work, or at the very least, I don't live to work at a company. I've said it before. And I don't know how to make it easier for other people who do stress about work when they're not at work. It can happen, but I just really, it rarely happens, but if it does, I just push it away. I'm like, I have better things to think about than this. I don't make it a habit. It doesn't mean I'm not always thinking about things, or I'm not stressed about things. You know. Got my own life, I got my own issues, I got my own struggles, my own friends, my own family, my own logic and life and pattern to live by, and all those things are little beats of stressors that can add to my little precocious, shy, wallflower little man self. But, God, I'm fucking sucking ass here. What's wrong with me? But I'm not gonna make work one of those. Because too many people have had problems with that work-life balance. And here's the thing. It's not that I can still have a problem with the work-life balance. But that work is not work, it's my hobbies. Maybe part, like, do you ever ruminate deep and dark about, like, the meaning of life, the meaning of yourself, and what your passion is, what your goal is, what you're leading your life towards? What are you persisting for? Why do you persist? For love? For something as insipid as love, Mr. Anderson. I need to learn that entire dialogue from The Matrix. That's a good. The Matrix series has many good, lovely philosophical quotes that are fun to, like, think about and quote. But yeah, it's like, okay. I do things and I make things, like, when you find meaning and progress and time and money. Try not to stress too much about things. Although I remember, this was terrible. That's very relevant these days. I had a horrible thought yesterday about, like, having some horrible accident and having to go to the hospital. And not wanting to, like... Basically being worried that if it costs too much, I'll just bankrupt all my savings and I'll have to just work another 20 years of my life. Which a lot of people have to deal with. I might well be lucky. But that's like that's not a lovely thought. That's the country we live in. That's how people become medical tourists. Which, by the way, is a fascinating concept to me, that people, in order to pay for medical treatments, just go to other countries. Because they have very qualified and good doctors, and it's significantly cheaper. Oh, I'm really bad at this. That's such an interesting concept to me. Can I say that this Clockwork Mario is fucking freaky? It's fine, whatever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I've seen people going overseas to give birth. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. Giving birth is a very interesting thing in a lot of countries, because most countries, I would say, probably don't have the same rules that America does. Which we still have, as of right now, we still have the... If you're born here, you're a citizen. That's the truth of the matter. Which is a big thing for people. Because that's not a thing for most countries. You can't just be born in American soil and you're American. Or like, or whatever, put country here, you know. Like, where are your parents from? Who are you from? You're not just a citizen. That's not just how it works. Which, for me, it's like, as an American, that's like, well, why is that how it works? That should be how it works, right? But it's not. We're a very singularly unique country in a sense when it comes to that, because we're not, maybe not singularly, but like uncommon in that sense. I think you're thinking of born of America citizens. You also automatically citizen too. I don't know. Maybe I don't think that's true though. Actually, I don't think that's true. That might be true. I don't know. No, but specifically, I mean, if you're born on American soil, that's the rules. You're born as American. There was a big deal of people having their child, specifically going, like, basically, like, you know, coming over to our country specifically to give birth on our land, and then you're a citizen. Your parents might not be citizens, but you'll be a citizen. And of course, it's the same thing with... And if you're on a military base, obviously that's different, because that's technically still American soil. So that's fine. My parents, I don't think... My mom, I don't think, was actually born in the United States, but she was born on a military base, so she was still born in America. She might have been born in Germany. On a base somewhere. I'd have to ask her, I don't remember exactly. That's what I remember, but human memory is incredibly fallible. I will say, I hope streaming goes well this year. I'm only, like, increasing the amount of effort I put into things. Minimally, but, like... I'm still putting in, like, routine, consistent effort, and I hope it might lead to something. I don't know. I don't know. When I say lead to something, I hope it just does better, basically. I like seeing progress in things you put your time and energy into. Obviously. You might ask yourself, aside from this is not your beautiful house, where is that large automobile? You might ask yourself, why are you putting so much effort? It's like, I don't know. I think it's just a good thing to do. Again, I think I've talked to my dad about it, and I'm probably very arrogant in many aspects. But I think, given enough, first of all, I'm fully confident in the ability that anyone can learn anything. I felt that way. My dad disagrees. That not anyone can, for example, be a doctor. I feel like if you have the time, the money, you go to school for it, yeah, you can be a doctor. Just put in the effort for it. Go do it. I think anyone could manage it. They just try. Which I do believe, within reason. I mean, I think there might literally be certain limits biologically for certain people, just by lottery of luck and accidents happen, whatever. But I also feel that way about if you continually improve at whatever you're doing and work at things and consistently do things, eventually things will work out. Success might happen. And maybe that's very much of fucking the American spirit in me. Even people who don't are critical. I mean, you can be critical of America. You should be critical of any organization you're a part of. Any organization, any country, anything, but, rightly. Because that means you care and you want to make it better. And boy, does America have a lot of things to criticize. But any American, I feel like, has that in them, a little bit. Even the least and most pessimistic American, you compare them to people from other countries, and we are absolutely more arrogant and more believing in ourselves and more the strength of the spirit. I think I might have a little bit more than some people, but I think in general that's something that a lot of Americans just have. It's literally, people talk about the culture of the people. That's in our culture. To a degree. By leaps and bounds more than a lot of other countries, which is very interesting to me. Because I gotta acknowledge it, but I can't escape it. It doesn't change. Knowing that you think this way, and maybe the reasonings why don't just make you not think that way. Especially since in this case, I don't think it's not like an illogical thing to believe in. It's easier to say, you know, I believe in this or not believe in this, if it's something that's just stupid and illogical, but... Ugh. Beautiful. Oh, fucks. What the fuck? I would like that checkpoint. but I guess I'm not gonna hit it, because fuck you. I beat the first area fairly easily, but I've heard this can get a little bit more tricky. Fucking screws? Weird. Guys, this is my wacko, twisted, bizarro version of Mario. Okay, I kind of wish I got that, See, now I'm very curious if there's, like, secrets and shit in this game. That involve you to, like, replay levels and stuff. With certain power-ups. Nice! Oh, I got distracted, I was gonna say something. Mario... American Spirit, New Year's... I'm not gonna bring up fighting a bear again, or whatever the fuck I talk... Like, killing an elephant with my bare hands, or whatever the fuck. I've talked about that way too often. Oh, I don't know. I can talk about my love of books again. There's a part of me that really wants to be able to write more. Something I've not really ever been someone who did creative writing, but it's something I've always wanted to do. Because I love stories. And especially, if I talk about games, and I talk about movies, I love many aspects of them, and there's a lot of ways that they can portray or tell things in the mediums they're in. Sure. But I think at the end of the day, I still just like a good story in any sense, and I think that the best way of telling a story is in a story. In most cases. The only, like, to get into someone's mind and see these stories and things happen in a book. Maybe I'm just utterly stupid and wrong. What? What is this? And people can disagree with me, of course they can. But hearing it in such a specific and explicit voice for these characters and the way they're done and developed and there's so much you can really do there. And I love it. I want to be able to write. There's beautiful, wonderful stories. And hell, you don't have to, like... You get people like, let's say, Christopher Paolini, who wrote Aragon, which a lot of people that who like fantasy are like, it's actually not that good. It's good when I was a kid, but I read it now, it's like, it's kind of not great. He wrote it when he was a kid. He was still in school. Like, high school, I think. He wasn't even, like... He was a kid. His parents helped him publish it, and they got it out there. Like, good for you, fucker, man. Jesus. You gotta just put your fucking oomph-wussy into it, and you'll be good. Let's go for 2. Oh, man. Wow, the worst one. It's actually incredible. It's true. And again, people will knock it down saying, okay, it's basically fantasy Star Wars. And they'll say, oh, it's this and that, and the characters are very obtuse, and, like, they become very one-dimensional. There's a lot of flaws here, whatever. There probably are, but I read it now, not from, I haven't read it since I was a kid. I probably feel like, oh, it's flawed. Of course it is. It doesn't change the fact that he still wrote it, and it was still became a massive hit, and people liked it. All it takes is to sit down and write. I was thinking of trying to write a page a day, or, like, an amount a day. I wrote a little bit the other... I've written things before, but never in, like, a significant fashion. Nice. Very small snippets of things. And I have a good grasp of grammar, a good grasp of writing. Honestly, I think the biggest part is many things you should focus on in writing. If you're just aware enough to think about the stories you like and think about why they work. I always feel like that's kind of enough. Call me an idiot, but like... What the fuck is this? But just... Are you thoughtful enough about the things you consume to think about why they work for you? And I don't think a lot of people do that with the things they consume. Call me stupid if I'm lying, but I don't think I'm wrong here. A lot of people just consume things and then they don't really think too much about, like, why does this work? Why is this effective? Why is this not effective? What makes this... For example, I'm still ruminating. I haven't really come up to a conclusion yet of what makes a story compelling. Does Stephen King write 10 pages a day? I could. The tricky part is the editing. And also, the tricky part is having an aimless story with, you know, no specific plan. Just general ideas. The worst part of making things creative is you realize that, oh man, all my ideas aren't, like... Ideas aren't very good. There's the physical action of, oh, I can actually type this shit out, but like... I can type shit out. But what do I type? It's crazy, right? It's bonkers. No one ever had that struggle before. Ooh. Wait, what? Fuck. But also, I'm gonna say it again. Oh, god damn it, I fucking lost it. The level of arrogance where I feel like if I could fully just sit down on my story, I feel like it would be decent. I feel like it would be pretty okay. I can't help but feel like, because I've read enough stories in my life, and I pay attention to stories where I can think, story, alright, structure. I feel like I'd be able to tell if my own story sucked or not. That does not mean I could write a good one. But I would be self-aware enough to, like, keep trying. And deciding, okay, this sucks shit, this doesn't suck shit. And I feel like I could conceptually write a good story. I'd be able to recognize if I could. And I might be completely wrong. Of course, because I have my own opinions about what makes a story good and whatever. But yeah, I'm very quickly coming to the conclusion that I'm exceedingly arrogant when it comes to anything in life. It's like, yeah, I can just do it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Of course I can do it. Fucking, it's me. What, you think I can't do something? Oh, this is fucking janky as fuck. Can I move? Also, funny thing is, I don't really like Stephen King. I respect Stephen King, and I want to read more of his stuff, but the way he writes doesn't really suit with me very well. Sorry, Stephen King. Doesn't mean you're not a good writer, doesn't mean you don't make worthwhile, interesting things. But something about it was always very off-putting to me, and I feel like maybe one day it'll click with me better. But he always writes with these very regional American accents in a very specific way that just is off-putting. No, Maury, don't stand on those Legos! Shit hurts, bro. You've got shoes on it. He'll be fine. Wow, shit. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know if everyone... I'd like to think people have reading comprehension, but they fucking don't. And apparently it's genuinely getting worse. People can't understand things that aren't literal, that aren't in their face. No one gets subtext, which is it's kind of scary. People talk about why English classes aren't important. They are! Consuming the world and seeing things, even literal, not even just like stories, anything. You have to be able to look beyond the surface level and see what you can read and take from the... There's reasons we learn English. It is not a useless course. People who make fun of English class are missing things. People who didn't like English class and was complaining to teachers saying like, why are we dissecting this? This doesn't make any sense. The author didn't give a shit. There's reasons. I don't think people are being like intentionally obtuse. They're just... Oh god. They're just... Is this fucking the Three Little Pigs? Fucker. They're just... That's just how they actually are. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. But yeah, I've heard a lot about teachers and the newer generations and how much of an issue it's becoming. And I can't deny it's not a little worrying, and also just a little sad to me. I'm sure it's tricky as hell. I did a little bit of tutoring in high school. I had to go to like a Not a lot. I'm not gonna pretend I was doing like an excessive amount, but I had to go to elementary school and I was helping little kids read. I liked them. First of all, they were good. It helps that I'm patient. It was fun. But it was an interesting thing to think about. That, and I don't remember because I was able to read from a very young age. I liked reading as a kid. And I remember there was like an older kid in elementary school was like trying to read to us. It's like, I got it! And I was like so proud of myself to them, and I was like preening like a fucking like peacock, being like, look, I can read the book! Big thing about focus. I'm sure they were fine, but I remember they had a little bit of trouble focusing on it, but... It must be tricky, it must be difficult, it's very interesting. People didn't see the importance of English class, write the shittiest emails later in life. I just more that I'm worried about their actual perceptions on how they view the world and how they view things, and aren't able to think about things with a little bit more depth. Again, there are concrete things you learn in these classes. And what, do they need to dissect novels? Maybe not. But the point of the classes aren't necessarily to teach you to dissect novels. There's a couple things. One of those is just to, well... give most people standards, historical context, and touchstones of why books are written, what they mean for the country, what they mean for people in general, how, you know, and also giving people a general list of, well, general illusions and things that you will come up in life. If you were born an American, you've never heard of the fucking Bible. Every time someone makes a reference, and you're not gonna get it, and you're gonna be like, what? I don't understand. You're gonna be missing so much, so many things. A lot of those things, and also just helping you with grammar and language, those are all useful too. For being an articulate, well-read, reasonable person. But it also helps you think about things on a deeper level. Which is an important skill to have. Think about things. Same with, like, logical thinking and math and critical thinking. All these classes do multiple things. And people complain about the things that they think aren't important, which, first of all, they still are important. But also ignoring the stuff that are also useful. Man, that's just crazy. Like Romeo and Juliet, Lord of the Flies. I'm glad we can reference that, but like, it was a joke, but it was funny. There was a guy on there was a big like snafu on Twitter about Robert Eggers, the guy who did The Lighthouse, and The Northman, and the Vivitch, which I haven't seen the Vivitch. Is doing The Odyssey. And a guy was like, wow, oh, The Odyssey, look at this. I didn't know this. And he posted a Google search of The Odyssey being like, oh yeah, 1,000-year-old text story. Because he didn't know what the fucking Odyssey was. And then people were like, you kidding me, dude? But then a lot of people were like, well, listen, defending him. A lot of them were like non-Americans being like, listen, we're not American. We didn't learn this literature. And people were like, it's not American literature. This isn't something that... There's no reason only Americans are teaching this. I know it's a common curriculum in America, but the Odyssey is not, like, it's an ancient text that people... Yes, no, there were a lot of people who were, like, getting mad at Americans like, do we expect everyone to know the same things you guys know? And people just blatantly didn't know the Odyssey. Like, not even, like, come on, you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't read it in depth. I don't, like, I've probably read passages of it. I don't know if I've read the entire thing. I've probably read a lot of it, though. And at the very least, I fucking know what it is. I'm familiar with the context of the Odyssey. And, you know, the idea he's on this big journey. The whole thing with him and his suitor, his wife had a bed with a tree in it. This entire adventure, it's... The one I didn't read was the Iliad. Which I want to go back... There's a big part of me that wants to go back and read a lot of the classics I missed. Big example, I read a lot of Shakespeare. But I read, like, Romeo and Juliet. I read Twelfth Night. I read The Taming of the Shrew. I didn't read Macbeth. Or Othello, or what's the other one I'm thinking of? Not Macbeth. I didn't read some of the bigger ones. We read all the weird ones. I want to go back and read some of the more major, Shakespeare. For my own sake. Because I have an interest in fucking being cultured and learning things. But yeah, it's like they're not doing Zeus or something. People might have heard of Zeus, but there are people probably have heard of Zeus, not in context with Greek myths. What's the other big famous Romeo Shakespeare that's not Macbeth? It's the other one. Hamlet. Yeah, I've never read Hamlet. Who the fuck is this Dracula-ass motherfucker? Why is there a fucking anime vampire boy in this game? Where are we? Guess we're doing Castlevania early. Nice. Taming of the Shrew is a fun one. Again, I'm reading Dracula right now. Which I wanted to read. I wanted to read some of those for a while, because apparently they're genuinely very good. If you can get over the slightly antiquated speech, it's like, you know, yeah, bunch of fucking guys go find Dracula, and then, like, they get a cowboy to help to fucking beat him. Meant to be very fun. Also, gotta say, I love how there's a Halloween zone in this game. That's kind of great. Oh, it's the 1-foot umbrella yokai that shows up in all these fucking games. It's like the weird, like, Japanese demon that's like a 1-footed creature with an umbrella on its head. Like... What's foot in Jap? Asa? What's foot in Jap? Ashi. Ashikasa or something? I don't know. Umbrella foot. Good name for it. Oh shit, there was something over there. And this is another yokai. Yeah, these are your fucking yokais, dude. Maybe I'm just like a self-flagellating wanker, and I just like knowing things, so I can say that I know things. Maybe that's the truth of the matter. I can't help it, I do like knowing things, but I think there's not just because I like knowing things. Oh no, I know what, fuck you. There is no shame. I'm doing a complete 180 here. There's no shame in learning things because you like learning things and because you like knowing things. That's the spice of life, man. I don't know what the meaning of life is, but I do like learning things. And even if I don't go for it all the time and I have a hard time focusing, I still think it's important for me to try and learn things. Make an effort. For your health. It does make me a little sad that not everyone feels the same way. Not everyone's obliged to, fair enough. But like, come on, man, there's a lovely, beautiful world of things to learn. The world's so cool, there's so much in it. It's worth people's time investing more of themselves into learning about it. But again, I don't know what people do with their time. There are days when I don't know what to do with my own time. I tend to, like today, I was like, I didn't really have, like, a huge plan of what to do today, truthfully. I was a little tired, so I slept in, got some groceries. Spent a lot of time thinking about bad news that happened today, just because, like, shit like that stays in your head. Aside from that, I was like, oh. Made a thumbnail, did some maybe minor amounts of editing. Bum 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 bum. Ghost Buzz? Oh, they kill you. Of course they fucking do. Yeah, there are people who don't know the Odyssey. People's cultural touchstone. Like, I think there are huge, dramatic sways of issues with media and education. I think that people, and maybe it's not as bad as it seems. I think social media can enhance things, the appearance of things. But there might be bigger problems than we realize happening, based around things like the modern technology. I'm not a... People say, oh, boomer, they hate technology. No, fucking... Some of the boomers are the ones using the fucking phones the most. And falling down, like, Facebook traps. I don't think it's proper to say that technology is having a negative impact on people in ways we aren't considering. As somebody who works in a technical field... Also, I don't know if I should... I'll mention it because I think it's just funny, or not even funny, it's just interesting. Apparently, I'm just talking about online, like, fucking kerfuffles and controversies right now, because why not? Apparently the computer science subreddit is having a big shit show. Because there's been a big chat about, like, are workers good in the US versus other countries, and a bunch of people were just being, like, blatantly racist about other countries and their workers and how work gets done versus American. It's like, oh, come on, man. You don't I guess a lot of people don't expect it of... You think, oh, computer science, they have this technical degree, they're logical, right? Maybe they should know more, they should be smarter. That's not the truth. That's not always true. You get many people in very... many jobs, very smart people, who hold very stupid, ugly beliefs. They're illogical beliefs. Somehow. And you think, well, how can they do that? But... People are capable of believing a lot of different things, a lot of surprising things. People you would think are reasonable people have a capacity for thinking of a lot of different things. Just the world we live in. What does this have to do with Mario, you might be asking? Listen, Mario remembers. These are stories from his, I almost said abuela. What's an Italian word for, like, grandmother? Oh, come on, I don't get one shot at that level? I'm thinking of Bambino, that's a baby, right? Did Bambino mean baby? Because the big Bambino was Babe Ruth. I guess, yeah. The Bambino, the big Bambino, what's his name? What's the nickname for Baby Ruth? Babe Ruth? The Babertson? I don't remember. God, I need to watch, The Sandlot. Movie I haven't seen in a very long time. Formative movie. Taught me about baseball. Yeah, everyone liked, the big Bambinos. Is big Bambinersons. So I'm gonna diverge. I almost forgot. I was talking about the Neverending Story earlier. I wanted to mention that a great double feature would be the Neverending Story and the Goonies. For not specifically for music. There's a very... you won't get it unless you watch both of them back to back, but you'll hear them and you'll be like, oh, that's really interesting. Only if you're intimately familiar with, like, you would know what I'm talking about, but unless you don't know that, you won't know what I fucking mean unless you watch both. But I want to watch Neverending Story some point this year, because it's been a very long time since I've seen it. It's a movie I loved as a kid. I also want to read the book. I don't think I realized that it was a book. It was a German book written by an author, who I don't think liked the adaptation, the movie adaptation, for a couple reasons. It does change things, of course it does. Although from what I read, it seems mostly the same. It will scared me. It scared the fuck out of me, too. But yeah, so at some point I want to get a copy of the actual Neverending Story. Just to read. It has all the same characters. Atreyu, Artax, the princess, Bastian. But it's a good movie, man. And I know I have some, like, we have a mutual acquaintance who I don't think has seen it. Ever. One day I'll recommend it for a movie night. But also, another movie I watched a lot as a kid was The Goonies, which is very different. It's not a fantasy story. It's very... I want to say it's not grounded. It is by no means a grounded story. It is a story about children finding a fucking treasure map to a pirate ship. To save their fucking, like, their community center or whatever the fuck. That is by no means a, grounded story. But it is a great movie. It's in the era of those 80s adventure stories for kids that haven't made much of a resurgence, really. Although I think a little bit. We think of movies like It, which were horror movies, more than adventure movies, but they had some of the spirit. A lot of that came after, like, Stranger Things. Kind of resurrected the vibe of those kinds of movies, which makes sense because it takes place in the 80s. Although also, can you believe fucking Stranger Things is still, like... Is it done, or is it's not even done yet? Like, I'd watched, like, the first season of it, I was like, oh, this is great, and then I barely watched anything other it, and it's like, it's been like 10 years and it's still going on. 10 years is a long time. Undertale's 10 years old this year. It's fucking crazy. Bonkers. Ah, fuck! I don't need to do this secret level, or whatever this is, but I want to, because I know where it is. Ugh. Because I could probably beat this in a stream if I really wanted to, and just tear through it, but... I'm gonna play it my way. You know, I'll ask a targeted, poignant, specific question to a specific chat member, but have you beaten Undertale? Just curious. I would ask in person, but I don't think I've actually seen you since you've started playing it. Or you probably haven't, I just forgot to ask. I want the details about it. Mostly because at some point I want to talk about it, man. Come on. There are probably secrets down here, but I'm just using these bunny ears to fucking float past my feelings. Because I can. And if not, don't, doesn't mean finish it now, but I just mean just curious. Because it's not a long game. How do you think Mario feels using bunny ears? Do you think he can feel the ears? Like, are they part of him? Are they part of his body? He's using them to float, but how is he controlling them? I always wonder about that. Like, I feel like there's some, like, transmogrification that goes on when he puts on the suit. To where, like, he has real attributes coming from these powers. Like, maybe Mario's real power is that he takes on, like, the powers of whatever he wears. Or consumes, like a mushroom. Wow, this sucks. This level sucks. Something of that nature. Fuck, that's not the last thing I wanted to do. Ow. It's far- listen, that is far trickier than it seems, alright? Last thing I did was I went on date with Pyrus. Was it fun? Did he make you spaghetti? Yeah, that's... Yeah, I know where that is in the game. That's, like... I know the game rather reasonably well, actually, despite my refusal to ever play it again. Because... of reasons. Yeah, if that's the case, then you got some fun stuff to look forward to. It's funny, I hate to say this is a thoughtless game, but like all Mario games kind of are a little bit. I don't have to think too much about what's going on. Because you jump. You can think about the specificities of what's going on, but like, you don't have to. I don't mean that in a bad game, in a bad way. You know, in the next area being chased by the Trident lady. It looks like a trident, but the nong are the same. The song of the name of the song. Fuck. There's something wrong with me today. Spear Justice, right? So I guess it's a spear. Wait, fuck it. You know what? I'm not gonna play Spear Justice because there's fucking commercials. Can I just cheat this instead? Just say fuck you and just like, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna fly past your, like, your banalities and your rules. It's probably something I have to do in here that needs the fucking fire flower, but I'm gonna try skipping it. Because I figured they're gonna give me one, right? I might be wrong, but I took it anyways, just in case. Because this is undoubtedly a secret level. No, fuck shit, eat a fuck shit. Do I have to do- I don't have to do this level. Why am I doing this level? I didn't promise to do all these secret levels, because I don't even know if I can find them all. But if I see one, I'm gonna do it, because I'm right there. Unless I, of course, don't get the power-up or something, and then I won't get it, but fair enough. But that's Undyne. Game over. Oh, do you lose everything if you die? As in, like, nothing? No, there's a... Okay, there's a... Save files. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Because if that was the case, then damn, this is a little bit more harder than I would have expected. What if I guess... I'm trying to think of what else I've been playing recently. Balatro. I've been going through FF7 Remake because I hadn't gone through it on PC, trying to go through the story again. Mostly because I wanted to go through with it slowly when I have spare time. Just to play through it, and also so that I can... I never actually did the DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Which it would if I was going to stream, it would take like 2 hours maybe. No, sorry, 2 streams, not 2 hours. It's the Yuffie DLC. I'm hoping that I can fucking beat Remake and then give it like a stream or two before Rebirth comes out on PC. Fine. Fuck. Ugh. Finally. Because I would stream that. That would be short enough that I would be happy to stream that. We try Witcher 4 when it comes out. No, I haven't played Witcher 3. I feel like if I was going to try one, I'd try Witcher 3 first. Or be an idiot and try the first two, which no one would ever do. That's like starting Fallout with Fallout 1. Which I own, actually. I got it for free on Steam. And a lot of people actually swear by it. I will say, if I didn't know that Witcher was a good series that people liked, the trailer for The Witcher 4 at the Game Awards didn't do anything to sell me on it. It looked like a typical generic CGI trailer that every other game has. It was not that interesting. Sorry, Siri or whatever, but that did nothing to sell me on your game. It didn't. I mean, it just didn't, but like... They didn't watch Game Awards. I saw bits and pieces afterwards. I did look up some of the big reveals and releases, because I do care. I try to keep tabs on the industry just because I like game. You fucker. I already can't do the secret now, because I fucking lost the fucking shit dick power-up. And I'm dead, so it doesn't matter. Also, I know people who care about... You have all the Witcher books, as an example. I know people who care about some of these series. I'm not gonna initially dismiss them or ignore them. To be fair, it does look generic, but it was hype seeing series since the whole game of Witcher 3 revolves around there. Again, I would probably care more if I had any, like... I don't know. Like, I feel like I could watch a trailer for, like, I don't know. If it was shorter, it was not a short trailer, first of all. But I could watch a trailer for Final Fantasy VII, sure. But if it's, like... I feel like if it was that exact trailer, but with different characters, I still would feel like I'm excited for the characters, but that trailer sucks. I would still say that I think that trailer sucked. It did nothing to sell me on the game. Or the series whatsoever. And even if I knew the characters, I wouldn't, like... I would be excited because I know what the series is, but not... The trailer wouldn't be the thing that gets me to it. With a PNG of Witcher 4 with Siri on it, then I would have been fine. Well, I mean, that's the problem with all of these trailers at these Game Awards. They're all the same, they're all generic, like, CG schlock shitfests. With no gameplay. And it's like, I don't care about any of these, and I don't know about your game. You're not a pre-established series. I don't really know if I want to check you out. Maybe if I see more later on. But these big-budget games that end up looking and feeling very generic. The amount of money they put into these to make shit that I don't care about. Where I'd rather play fucking Balatro. As an example. I'm not here to hate on every big budget CG 3D game or whatever. There are some very good 3D games. But this is a case where it's like I didn't care. Sorry, Witcher. Sorry. And I don't even hate CD Projekt Red. I would very much actually like to play Cyberpunk, even though I know it's a long game. Because I think I'd genuinely enjoy it. A lot, actually. Especially now that they've done significant work on it. And the DLC was meant to be incredibly good. So I don't hate CD Projekt Red. even if I don't really have experience with their games. Pot. Oh god, that was still me. Bullish. Flop. I really can't speak. I gotta start doing, like, vocal exercises before stream. Like, yowie, yowie. I didn't realize, man. Yowie's the way to speak properly. Evidently, I didn't realize. You know, like, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the mouth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the mouth, tip of the tongue, tip of the teeth, tip of the mouth. Shit like that. Loosen those, work out those gums. I do love how there's Goombas with fucking Jason masks. That's great. You think Mario knows what yaoi is? If you think about it, he was like born in New York. You think Mario knows what anime is? Yo, what the fuck? He's a plumber. Jesus. He's a plumber from Brooklyn. But do you think he's ever heard of anime? Think he knows what yaoi is? Maybe Luigi told him. I feel like Mario's the straight-laced one and Luigi's like the nerd who knows all this weird stuff. Mario's seen anime? Or Mario's seen anime because Luigi's shown him stuff. Mario, like, feigns interest because he loves his brother. But that's the farthest they go. Nice. 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 I love it. Gruntilda? What are you doing here? Or is it meant to be like Kamek? I do like her voice. Ah! That's a good witch's laugh. Oh, this is land. I can stand on that shit. I didn't realize. What? Shit. Got this. No hits. No hits. No whammies. I love how there's just fucking like 1,000 jars of pickled newt. Interesting. Interesting. The only one I really care about is this one, I think. Mario can fucking get into it! Yep, that's the one I care about. Beautiful. That's the wrong one. God, the fucking sound of, like, someone cleaning their glasses. Horrific. See, I actually have to be I realize I have to be careful, because if I fall into those, I can't get out again. Not everyone cares about 2D platformers. Which is fair. Although I'll say, I was talking about this earlier, obviously. Artist knows. But about RPGs being relatively niche series. I'd say maybe just purely due to Mario. But platformers are still probably a bigger seller than a lot of... They're not the biggest selling games of all time, whatever. They're not beating out shooters, but they're far bigger than RPGs ever are. Even just by virtue of Mario. Oh, maybe I do have to restart. Maybe I actually have to wait. Ooh, I didn't realize. Although, I'm curious. I want to test something. If I go here... Is it every level again, or is it just... the last one? Yep, that's okay. So if you die, you have to kill all of the bosses in one go. But you don't have to do every level again in one go. So you can kind of save the boss level until when you're ready. Because if I go through this, then I have to... refight the boss. That's okay, because at least I don't have to do through every level again to do it again. That's you know, there's punishment there, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Go back into Lego Town. But I think I am sleep deprived. I mean, I say that as if it's a big surprise. I thought I went to bed on, like, time. I just can't get good sleep. It's an affliction. Constant issues. It's gonna come back and bite me, but I can't. It's hard! Even if I want to get good sleep, I still can't. I just lay on the bed and, like, fucking toss and turn. Punch my fucking pillow. Not even to puff it up, just out of fucking anger. Out of fucking vitriol. Sorry, that was a very loud fucking expression. Be quiet. Unrelated, but because it's a new year, a lot of things are released from copyright. One of which is Popeye. It's now in the public domain. The other thing is the first version of Tintin. So maybe not everyone's read. I've read some of Tintin as a kid. Remember, my sisters told me, "Oh, you don't even like Tintin." When we visited like Belgium and got to go to a Tintin shop, I should have bought something. I should have said "fucker." I didn't. Tintin's cool, dude. I wish I could read more Tintin. I should go back and read a lot of his stuff. Also in the public domain. Every year further along we get, more shit goes in the public domain, and it's crazy. Alright, so I'm not gonna go for the bosses again. Wario! I like how the name of the game is on the door. Okay, so that's the ending. Yeah, let me look back around. I'm not gonna do all the bosses yet, because I don't have to. Wishpy. Also, I can't help but wonder if I was meant to go left first. And loop around, like, clockwise, but... I don't do things in ways that make sense. Ooh, tree. Bug! Yeah, this is a short game. This will be like... this will be like a second stream, and it might not even be a full-length stream. God damn it. Wait. Sorry, there's another melody, or, like... secondary melody that was going along there, but... the sound effects were taking up the other channel. It's not the same, but it's almost vaguely similar to, like, the underlying harmony or melody of the Great Fairies Fountain? Zelda? Am I wrong, or am I thinking of something else? It's a little tricky to hear, admittedly. Unrelated, by the way, but there's a lot of movies come out recently that I ought to see that I haven't seen. We got Sonic 3! The one where they murder a child. Nosferatu, which I really want to see. I say that about so many movies in theaters, I never see any of them, because I just don't. Which is very unfortunate. I've missed a lot of big movies that way. But Nosferatu is meant to be very good, and everyone's talking about it, and I would love to see it. I've never even seen the original. I'd love to see the original. Thank you. So we'll see if I get the chance to go. Maybe if I have a spare weekend or something, I'll go for it. Because I've heard it's poppin'. I've heard it's spicy. I heard that they have fucking full frontal nudity in it. But also, it's very good. Not that having full frontal nudity in a movie is gonna make it bad. I shouldn't need to spell that out for you, but like... ladies and gentlemen, don't just be normal. Be normal. Realistically, I have the time in my life. I could get, like, the fucking AMC pass. It's not that expensive. It's really not. Relative to, like, seeing movies, and see a movie a week. Or, like, every other week, and have it be my money's worth, and get to see all the movies I want to see. I just haven't bothered with it. Going to the movies still feels like such an event. Even though it's not, it's just watching a movie. I live 5 minutes away from a movie theater, an AMC movie theater. So it's not far. I could very easily start watching more stuff. I just don't. My own flaw. A little mark inside, like a diamond with a crack in it. Right in the middle. You gotta look inside to see, but once you notice it, you will never not know it's there. Unrelated, by the way. Obviously, Secret of the Mimic FNAF's gonna come out this year, whatever. I modded Security Breach to work in VR. There's one thing that was a little wacky-dacky with it, which was I got the flashlight. It wasn't mapped to my hand properly. It was moving around, but, like, not perfectly attached to my hand. I thought it was weird. But everything else was working fine. I could walk around in VR and look around and, like, perfect. There's other things, too, like the buttons weren't mapping properly. Certain buttons was like, I can't use the cameras. That was the only other noticeable thing, is like the cameras weren't working, and that was like, well, that sucks. I'd like it if the cameras worked. I almost wonder if it's just because there aren't that many buttons on a fucking VR controller that maybe they don't map properly. I'd have to compare. I'd have to look at it, the PC version and see, like, okay, what do these buttons fucking map to? Whenever I look at, like, Steam remap and rebinding controls, I don't understand. Like, I feel stupid. I need to look up what the fuck that function is. Because every time I look at it, like, I don't know how this works in Steam. It makes me feel stupid. Ah! God, these fucking, like, gummy walls annoy me. Oh, say, can you see? God damn it. Fuck. So I hope, by the way, not everyone gets Christmas gifts. But I hope everyone, if they got gifts, got some nice ones. I got some gifts this year. As I always do. Because my dad's a lovely man and a freak. My parents both are. And they like giving us stuff, and it's like, we don't need to. And I was like, oh yeah, you're adults, we're not gonna give you the big stuff like we used to as kids anymore. And then he still goes out of his way and gives us stuff that I would say, yeah, that's big stuff, that's not small fucking things. Although, to be fair, we tried the same. I try to always get something nice for my mom and my dad. Something nice, pretty, meaningful, whatever. Just, we were raised to give gifts to each other. Some people say that they're, like, obligatory, and they kind of are. I don't disagree with that fact, but I also feel like there is a satisfaction in giving a nice gift to people. The trick is making it meaningful. Like, when I hear stories about people who, like, re-gift things, that never would have occurred to me. Because, like, my thought is, I can't get them something they've gotten before, I have to get them something interesting, I have to get them something for them. Which makes it very difficult, and I stress about gifts inordinately. That's this huge stressor often. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to get them. I'm too stupid. God, I could beat this today, actually, if I think about how many levels there actually are in this game. Your family is a secret sibling. Actually, yeah, I knew that, actually. I did know that. Because you have a fucking massive, goddamn, stupid, ridiculously large family. I have my mom and my dad and my sister. Although, starting now, I should probably be thinking about giving gifts to my sister's man. Although, I don't know what I would get him. I'm not close enough. He was here for Christmas with us, and it was nice. But yeah, you've got to, like, when you've got, like, a fucking 70 people, I'm sure that's far more tolerable. And then, of course, once you're affiliated with multiple families, the idea of having, like, multiple people to give gifts to that aren't just your direct family. Let's say in the very unlikely off chance that I meet somebody this year and start dating somebody, then I'll have to contend with the fact that maybe in the future I'm going to have to start buying gifts for another person who would eventually, I mean, presumably they'd be part of your family, right? Or you get to know them. And that's a lot more gifts to have to give to people. But that's not gonna happen. I mean, come on. What are the odds I'm gonna find somebody this year? Where would I find them? Fuck, I didn't... Oh, you fucker. Come on, I couldn't see. We're slid to having lots of siblings? Yeah, I know. I don't, actually. I can't relate to that in the slightest. I can empathize and understand, but I can't relate. Which... is a whole other thing. Boom, bum, 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 bow. At least get my parents cards. Also big card givers. Cards are nice. I didn't give anybody a card this year. I think I even bought cards for, like, people I know that are just friends. I think I either forgot to send them or just forgot to write them. Which is really bad. I went out of my way to get cards and I just forgot to, like, to do them properly. Which I guess implies I'm not a card person. In a general sense. It's not a thing we typically do. Although, I mean, okay, if it's like let's say if it's a birthday, or like a Father's Day or something, that's a little different. At least as it pertains to, like, my parents. And even then, that was, like, something that we did when we were younger. I don't know if it's something we really do now as much. My mom, I think, would always appreciate it. So it kind of depends. At least give me... Yeah. Ugh, it depends. And it depends on what you write, obviously. I think when I got my mom something... we haven't used yet. I have to ask her about that. For... I think it was her birthday. Wrote her a lovely card and message with it, but I don't think we got the chance to... use it yet. I should reach out to my mom. That reminds me that I should do that when we have a chance. Always write letters in our cards too. Well, I don't write. I write on the card. I'll try to write like. I don't just write like a sentence. I might write like a small paragraph or something. Maybe it depends. It's never just like happy birthday, love you. I'll try to write, you know. Happy birthday, you know, you mean the world to me. You always tried so hard for me. Over the years, I have so much respect for all the world that you've done for me. Love you so much. You know, you write something. You don't write just nothing. About what they mean to you. Because giving them a card is not a... I think I've realized that, like when I gave my mom it was just a little piece of green paper and a little green card. No, nothing in the front. There wasn't like a card. It was just paper, and I just wrote a message on that, put it in the little slip. I have a bunch of those in different colors, so if I'm gonna write things for people, it's not about a card. I don't even want to come like a stupid comedic card you get at CVS. I'd rather just have the little like stiff piece of paper, put it in a little envelope, and have just a nice message inside. Because that's really what the card's about. And be sincere about it. My mom's gonna like tear up a little bit and give me a nice, lovely hug. Ah, you fucker! Asshole gamer. What an asshole. That was fucking troll. Fucking troll. Troll 2. All that Nilbog milk. And it's easy with family to be like a little bit sincere, at least in a card. It's not easy to be sincere. Very easy to mask sincerity with, like, jokes and the like. That's what I tend to do. Like, I could be straight and honest and talk about, you know, people in the world and how all the people around mean so much to me, whatever. But it's not always easy to put into words, because you don't want to come across as, like, weird. Which is ridiculous. But it's the truth. But, I mean, I would say that a lovely thing to bring into the new year is the truth. And the truth is that I love everyone that I know, everyone in my life that I generally interact with are people I very much care for. Love dearly. like my family, which is my mom, my sister, my dad, and me, than my direct family. And my grandma, she doesn't live with us, but we see her, like, I see her pretty much every year. I don't have a huge circle of people. Relatively small circle of people, because I'm a little bit of a shy guy, I suppose you could say. And that goes with everywhere, with friends and everything. But everyone I know that I regularly interact with, I think are wonderful, good people. Lovely, and I care for them all dearly. And that's nice. I suppose people often say, you know, don't surround yourself with, like, a ton of people. Keep just a small selection of good ones. Just an awkward guy. Yeah, I am an awkward fellow. I mean, that's obvious. Anyone who's met me would know that. I always would have been the fucking weird kid at school. Because I was the weird kid at school. I got less weird as time goes on, though. As I learned that, yo, you know you can be less fucking freaky in class. Just don't take, you know, don't be so fucking anxious and fucking... Don't be so fucking freaky, basically. I gotta be less of a freak. Sorry, I really like the word freak. It makes me laugh. It brings up many images, which do not apply to the situation, but do amuse me. But yeah, I'm a horribly awkward guy. If I was sincere and honest about everything I was feeling, I'd like... I'd probably be far more gushy. I'd be far less sarcastic. I'd see everybody I see I would probably see everybody I know, family and friends, more often. Just blatantly. Oh yeah, here's the fucking... Just fucking skip that, cause that's trap shit. Ah! Ah, come on. You know, fuck, I don't need the goal. I can do that, that's fine. Boop boo doo boom bum 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 bum. I've been taking over my life, but you know what's something I think I mentioned it previously in a stream. My mom went to estate sale. My mom and my dad went to estate sale. They found a fucking ukulele there. My mom got it for me. Because she knows I like music and musical instruments and things of that ilk. And because it's just sitting there in my living room now, constantly, I just play it constantly. I can't help myself. She's right. She was absolutely on the fucking ball. So now I'm just like, okay, now here's all this. I've learned all the major chords. I've gone through, like, the C scale, the D scale, I think maybe the E scale. I think that's the E scale. Although, yeah, I think it's the E scale. I'm trying to just figure my way through this instrument. You might think, just get a fucking guitar, but, like, I mean, no. I don't own a guitar, I own a ukulele. I'm gonna fucking learn the ukulele. And how much information about music I can play on a ukulele, you know, getting better at playing some of these awkward chords. It's fun. My mom was absolutely fucking on the ball. She was absolutely right. Like how small the ukulele is. Which is fun. But no, it's always on my couch. Because it's just right there. So I'm literally every day, I'm just like, alright, let me just play a couple random chords. I kind of agree with you, though. I always think of, like... Again, my favorite book. Main character plays music instrument. He plays the lute. Which in my mind was smaller, but it probably is around guitar size. Guitar is not a small instrument, is it? It would be the biggest instrument it would probably be about as big, if not bigger, than the keyboard I currently have, because my keyboard's not massive, and I fucking, guitar is pretty fucking big. Here's the thing, I probably would like a guitar. I think I would enjoy having a guitar. I just don't want to buy one. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I played, like, you know, a month of interspersed ukulele. Now it's time for me to get a good guitar. No. I'm gonna stick with the ukulele and try to get good at it. Just in the time I'm playing it, just because I like the sounds it makes. And if I get to a point where, like, you know what? Later on I'll get a real guitar. Get an electric guitar and I'll plug it into my Focusrite. The second input slot. And maybe that's a different story. You know, maybe that's a whole different thing. Oh. But that's not yet. But it's nice that it's just this little dinky little thing I have sitting with me. Of reasonable size. I also would like a lute. I'd like every... I'm getting. I would like every instrument. I'm sure I have wish listed on the Amazon a fucking ton of different weird, non-traditional instruments. Non-traditional in a sense of like, the ones not everyone was gonna pick up. People gonna play guitar or piano. They don't want a concertina. That's for goddamn sure. I do. Ah, shit. Am I just supposed to run across here? How am I supposed to do this? Although you should want a concertina, they're cool instruments. Or an eru. Or a zongu. They sound like fucking Dr. Seuss instruments. What a weird level this one was. Ugh. I sometimes wonder if I do actually care about music as much as I think I do. Or pretend I do, maybe. Because if I cared about any of my hobbies as much as I say I do, then I would spend more time on them. Instead of wasting it, like, watching YouTube videos all day or whatever the fuck. But I don't know, if I didn't have YouTube, then I would probably just focus on all my hobbies extensively. Dive deep in, I don't know, maybe I would just be addicted to books, which I already do. Nice. Fuck you, bird. Mario's having chicken tonight. One more set of levels and I've been every level. I think. No, there's two more, actually. Can I talk about something weird? Okay, not weird in like a... Okay, there is... Pizza rolls. Totino's pizza rolls. They have a new product. This is not a sponsorship. I'm not even talking about them because I think they're good. I think they're fucking weird tasting, and I don't know how I like them. But they've got fucking breakfast pizza rolls. You ever had, like, you know, they had, like, what do you call them? Like toaster scramblers? The guys who make, like, what are those not Pop-Tarts? They're like the ones you put in the toaster that are, like, toaster strudels. The Toaster Strudel brand have, like, their version of, like, little pockets of, like, egg and cheese or whatever and ham called, breakfast scramblers or whatever the fuck. And they're delicious and weird. They're quite nice. As breakfast little things go. They're a savory version of a toaster strudel, essentially. Pizza Roll has something similar. Where they just have a pizza roll. But it's full of, like, fucking egg and cheese. And it's really weird. And I don't think it's very good. And it's, as far as I can tell, it's the same outer exterior. So it's not like it's breakfastified pastry. It's like the pizza roll pastry. Just shoved with typical breakfast shit in it. I've got some. I think it's worth trying. I mean, again, maybe if it's not conceptually not as weird as if you've tried like a fucking toaster scrambler. And those are fine. But it's very weird because it doesn't feel like it feels like it should be more breakfasty. Wait, what's can I not go up to the moon? The macro zone. That's where I'm at, dude. I'm fucking getting those gains. Ooh. Oh, I killed the ant. He was just digging a hole. But that was my dinner tonight, because I just had them left. And I was like, let me just fucking cook the rest of these and eat them. I had bought other normal pizza rolls, or they weren't even normal pizza rolls today. Just to have. They're good to have, like, little snacks in the freezer. For me, or just in general, for, like, people get hungry, you know? I was like, I'm not gonna want these. I'm not gonna want them for fucking breakfast. I will say my dad got me, and my sister, it's like a It's kind of like a, you see it on TV style equipment. It's a waffle maker. A stuffler that lets you basically make waffles, but you can make stuffed waffles. And my dad made sure, and he got it. He's like, actually, from everything I've read, these actually work exactly as you would think, and they work well. And he's right. I was like, fuck it, it's time for me to make waffles. I can make stuffed waffles very easily. You just, like, pour some batter, dump some shit in, pour the rest of the batter, close it, and I've made waffles. They're great, they're good, they're tasty waffles. They're waffles like you would imagine. I prefer pancakes, but in this case, I can, like, put shit in it. So I bought, like, chocolate chips, bananas, blueberries, chicken strips for chicken and waffles, of course. You put them inside the waffle instead. It's wonderful. It's so cool. I'm not a waffle guy. I've said it before, I'm a pancake dude. I'd say they're very tall. Maybe you think of, like, Waffle House, which have, like, thinner, wider waffles. These are some taller, but, like, less wide. What is the opposite of wide? Narrow. I mean, a waffle is inherently a cylinder. Just like a very, very wide, flat cylinder. This is a slightly less wide, slightly, less flat cylinder waffle. Which makes sense. I've never seen Waffle House's waffle makers, but I'm sure their waffles are not small. You need a lot of space to cook one of those. Because again, for waffle, you need something that opens up and has both. Those aren't small machines. But it's kind of great. But now I want to put anything in it. Because you can put anything in there. I can fucking, like, if I want mashed potatoes in the waffle maker, I can fucking do it and just shove shit inside. I can cook whatever I want in there. So the doors have opened. Because when you have an appliance like this, something I might not keep forever, I can just do whatever I want with it. It makes me think of when my dad was like... When my mom very rarely would ever go on some kind of trip without my dad, right? My dad usually go business trips, but my mom didn't. So if she did, it'd be the day my dad whips out the fucking deep fryer and we'd start putting, like, Slim Jims or whatever. Or he'd whip out the waffle maker and we'd get, like, cake mix and start just making shit in the kitchen. Along with, you have a big supply of, like, kid cuisine. Or as I got older, the Hungry Men. Because it's like, we're not cooking, we're getting some fucking kid cuisine. That was the standards. Yeah, my mom and my dad both had different approaches to if the other wasn't at home. I think my mom would take advantage. We might go to restaurants. If she didn't feel like cooking, which she... Not always. But if she had, like, a coupon or something, and my dad was picky with food, which he is, my mom would be like, let's go. Just us. Since I got this gift card, my dad's never going to use it, whatever. I'm losing it. I'm getting worse. I think I'm not playing very well, but it doesn't matter, because this isn't the hardest game in the world. But I associate different things. Like, I associate that food stuff with my dad. And my mom would be like, we'd watch certain TV together on a trip, and it was enjoyable. Bones. I remember the TV show Bones, which I quite like. Or shows like Fringe, although my sister didn't like that as much, because she's not as big of a fucking nerd like I am. She's not, I mean, it's true. How did I fucking survive that? It's good memories. I don't have the greatest memory, but most expansive one. But there are some good ones I remember there. It's nice to think about. Times change, man. I get older. My parents get older, too. It's a little sad to think about. That's life. But every year that passes... Which reminds me, I was talking about this yesterday. I do feel this way still. I don't want this to be a boring year. I want stuff to happen this year. I moved last year, and that was a big deal. I don't want my years to blend in. I don't want every year to be the same. Be like the same old, same old. I feel like I wouldn't mind if something happened, some big event happened this year in my life. I don't know what that could be. Because I'm gonna stick with my job I currently have at least this year. At least this year, before I start opening up my boundaries and looking elsewhere. Come on. You serious? Why would you do that, game? Can I? There's gotta be a way of doing this. That sucks. Do you want me to hurt myself? No, you don't, actually. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Wow, fuck you, game. But I don't want my life to get boring and static. And I'm not saying that in a sense of I would fucking uproot everything in my life to keep it interesting, but I think maybe there is a little bit of a fear of things getting the same. As silly as that sounds. Or rather maybe a hope that I can preserve excitement in my life. I hate you. I hate you, Ant. I hate you, Ant, with fucking vitriolic hate. Like the true kind of hate that is derived from real enemies. Not just a simple hate. Hating and waiting. I mean, the kind of hate you can feel it in your bones, in your skin. You see them and your flesh begins to tingle. Your skin flushes. It's a palpable... It's a hate you can taste. Deep bitterness in your mouth. Ugh. Okay, how the fuck do I do this? Okay, so if I... There we go. I get it. Okay, very tricksy game. You don't think that's silly? Baby, you're the fucking silly one, Billy. Oh, it's... I mean, it's not probably not silly, but it's... A lot of people are very content in the lives they lead. And want nothing more than a happy, simple, stable life. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way. Many people are satisfied with life. And don't necessarily look for... I don't say anything deeper, but like... I somehow, it's, for me, it's like, I can't believe that, but I know it's true because of many people have said it. They just want a nice job and the nice people around them just to hang out and go through their years. Like, that's just not what I want. Not that I don't want that, I would love that, that sounds great. But I kind of want, like, to be able to do things. I want things to, I can't help but want things to lead somewhere. My mind's befuddled, I've read too many adventure stories as a kid. And I can't help but kind of want stuff of that nature. I want to fucking do things. And I'd like to live an exciting life. If I could. Bum bum bum. Which isn't absurd, but like... It doesn't make me better or worse than anybody else. Anyone's idea of how the life should be would be nice. And it certainly probably wouldn't make me any happier. The people are very zen. You could say like real nirvana and enlightenment. People just find peace in the life you lead. I probably won't be able to find like real peace unless I can become satisfied with the life I have, because I'm never gonna get like the mythical life I think I would like the stupidity. It's never gonna happen. You know, but like you might as well, you ought to be just try and be satisfied with the life you lead. And find peace. But easier said than done. That's a struggle as old as fucking mankind. As old as mankind has been fucking, mankind has also had these thoughts. So we're never alone. Sorry. What time is it, by the way? I got like 5 minutes. Or so. Yeah, this will be a 2-streamer. I'm almost done with all the actual levels, and then I just have to redo the bosses. And I'll probably finish that with time to spare, so I'll check out some of the secret levels when I'm done with all that next time. Just to see what could be there. What other stuff is... God, shit, fuck you. I hate how Mario can, like, jump on things above ground, but in the water, something, like, tickles his toes and he's fucking dead. I want to be able to jump on things underwater, which is dumb and stupid, but it feels like, come on, why can't I do that? You know, I'm laboring under the assumption here that we're not gonna get another Paper Mario game for a long time. We gotta go. Good night, take care, man. Enjoy your life. Eat some food. And, don't forget to shave every once in a while. It's good for you. A shave a day keeps the mouth feeling gray, and that's a good thing. Oh, I was gonna say something, and he fucking threw me off my groove, man. It's gonna be really fucking profound, too. Now no one will ever know. Super Cola. Perola. Shitting in my Gargonzola. I would say that, like, eating shit is something that just... I would almost say, not even, like, it's almost like in our genes, we shouldn't do that shit. You talking about instincts? Things that creatures have? To do and not do things? One of those things is probably not to eat fucking poo-poo. Because our body has, like, genetics that tell us, this shit is repulsive. Don't get close to this, it'll make you sick. I'm bringing that up because we live in a wide, wonderful world where people get into very strange things, and it's unfathomable to me. I don't know why that popped into my head. I think it's because I said shitting into Gargonzola or something. Instincts are interesting, though. Because instincts can be passed from generation to generation. Even if it's not expressly given, like, by interactions by creatures. It's not very well understood, but there's a part of DNA that's almost not... that is transferred a bit differently. Where it's not like DNA, it's different parts that can be changed from that can be learned. So you learn to be afraid of fucking, like, spaghetti. Whatever. You have a child, but the child never meets you. Let's say the child is removed from you at birth. Never meets you, never hangs around with you, so it never gets to, like, see your fear and learn your fear of spaghetti. Your child might also have a fear of spaghetti. I'm not talking about humans, I don't know if that's the same for humans, but it is the same for certain creatures. Where they can learn things, and those things are passed down as instincts. Like fucking, like it's DNA. Like it's something in there. Without needing interaction from the actual parents. It's not a learned thing, as in your parents learn it and then they pass it down to children intentionally. Something that will be there regardless of if you were raised by these creatures or not, or whether they exhibit these behaviors or not. And that's such an interesting thing to me. I mean, the logical thing about that is the way you act and the way you feel and the way your behavior isn't just a part of, like, it's not just, even if it's a choice, it's not just a part of, like, you in a sense, it becomes literally a physical part of you. Your fears, your worries, everything can physically manifest in your body and in the way your body creates itself, and can be passed down to people below you. At least in certain creatures. In certain ways. For certain things. That is so interesting. Instead of your body just being whatever, DNA, whatever, and then anything that's more personalized just happens in your body while you're around. But that's not the case. It's very cool. DNA is cool. Genetics is interesting. You know, it's a fucking moral quandary or whatever the fuck. But there's a lot of cool, unique stuff there. A very fascinating field. I have 7 lives? I fucking do. I'm gonna stop in a second here, but... But truthfully, wait, does this work? Because I want to... Can't. How do I fucking, like... There's no fucking home button on the fucking NES controller, so I can't just, like, go home. Oh, come on. Let me... I gotta remove my fucking... I'm just making a save state. Just so I cannot fuck this up. Also, and I realized, by the way, that there are multiple visual styles for the Game Boy game. So, for example, if I put this back in, there's color, because it's the fucking Game Boy Color version. Which I kind of forgot about, actually. It's all blue. Yeah, save slot right there. Just, I think it saves. There's probably like a press start select and A, B or whatever. Yeah, there it goes. But that's the start of Super Mario Land 2. Good game. I'm enjoying it. Not that I'm surprised. I figured I would. Because it's a good game. It's a Mario game. It's a sequel to another game I already liked. I don't know, maybe it is better. In some aspects, maybe it is better than Mario Land. I think every game's unique. And that Mario Land 1 still has its coolness. But I think on its own it stands out as a cool, interesting title, so I like it. It's cool. It's fun. Because if it's not fun, why bother? Have a good night, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.